Hello, Shailendra
Yes.
side.
Shailen sir, good morning.
Good
So we
morning.
have a resource person with us.
I'm so sorry.
And yeah, it's okay. And he is authority on this subject. And we are lucky to have his session. And don't worry, it will be hands-on session. They had a special request. So I invite Dr. Shivalangama ma'am from South to introduce you.
Karnataka. From Karnataka, madam.
Sorry, ma'am, Karnataka. She'll introduce today's resource person. Yes.
Okay, madam. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Now I am introducing resource person, Dr. Shailendra Sayal, sir. Dr. Shailendra Sayal is an experienced educationist, researcher, learner with over 13 plus years of experience in prestigious institutions in India. He has PhD in Management, Institute of Management Studies, Devi Hahila University, Indore in 2019. And he completed MBA with specialization in digital marketing from Institute of Management. Dr. Shailendra Sayal has born May 9, 1984. He is known as English, Hindi, and Spanish languages. He has numerous research publications in national and international journals. Dr. Shailendra Sayal has associated with various national and international organizations, like has SEO expert from 2008 to 2009, as webmaster from 2009 to 2016, digital marketing manager from 2016 to 2021, and he presently working as associate vice president in eWorkplace Apps Private Limited since 2021. He provide strategic and tactical guidance to digital marketing team. It has 23 members. That is handled as the 3 business units and manage SEO, social media marketing, Google Ads, website development, graphical designing, video creation, content writing, email marketing, data research and analysis experts. Thank you, sir. I am very proud to introduce you. Thanks to organization for giving me this golden opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the introduction.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so can we start?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, it is visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this session is about social media marketing, and the presentation is fine, but I would like this session to be as interactive as possible. Just in case, if you have any query, you can chip in, you can let me know, you can raise hands, or any sort of query. I'll be happy to answer that. Okay. So let's start with it. Okay, so before we, take a deep dive into what actually is social media marketing and how it can be used for different, objectives to accomplish. First of all, let's understand the difference between advertising and marketing, because this is often a very confusing, subject when it comes to real marketing. Real marketing means as in when you have to really put what you have learned into action. So the advertisement part or the advertising part is the promotion of products or services via paid channels. It is very simple. Whenever you are paying to any platform, say for example, you are paying to Facebook, you are paying to Twitter, you are paying to LinkedIn, you are paying to Google, that is advertising to promote your products or services. Marketing, on the other hand, it's a completely different thing. So advertising is a subset of marketing, and marketing is identifying the customer needs and determining how best to meet those needs. So this has to be very clear, because once this concept is clear, now the next slides or the next things that we are going to talk about will be amply clear to everyone, and we can basically understand that which facet of marketing we are talking about. Okay. So moving to the next slide. So what is social media marketing? So social media marketing, it is basically a process of creating content for the social media platforms, and it could be any platform. Can anybody give me 5 names of the social media marketing platform?
Lot many there. At present, Facebook is there, Twitter is there, Instagram is there.
Is YouTube a social media marketing?
Yeah, obviously, sir.
Mm-hmm. Any other platform that comes to? Okay, I've got some message in chat with Snapchat. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so this is good to know, because now I understand that yeah. Now my audience is educated as far as the social media marketing platform is concerned. So I'm getting more messages, WhatsApp, yeah, that this is Insta, right? Okay. So basically, any content that you are creating for the social media platform to promote yourself, your product or services, anything that you are basically offering, or you are building a community with your targeted audience, and it could be of varied reasons. It could be because of some social cause, some political cause, business cause, any cause. If you are building a community, so you have to create content for them. Then if you're responding to customers queries, and in this complete presentation I'll be using customer at many places, because this is how in the professional world we are prone to do. But this customer it's an interchangeable term depending on if you are into academics, into your professional, into some other profession. So your customer is basically the person who is getting your product or service. So it's a generic term I'm using. And then you can also drive traffic to your business to basically build your brand and increase the awareness and increase the sales. So this is just an overview of what is social media marketing. Now let's see what different kinds of social media platforms we have. So first is Facebook. For Facebook, everybody knows it, and there are more than 1.9 billion active users globally. The audience is Gen X and millennials, and even older people are nowadays using Facebook, either on their mobile devices, mostly on mobile devices. And the industry impact is B2C and B2B. So when I say industry impact, I hope everybody is aware of B2C, B2B, and other different business models of e-commerce, right? In case if there is any query or question, I can answer it. Okay, so the industry impact is B2C and B2B. So what does it mean that it has an industry impact of B2C, B2B? Let's clear it right now, because in the further slides, I'm also talking about different industry impacts of other platforms as well. So I am sure that most of you are using, I would say the organic version of Facebook, just you have created an account, you have started posting on it, you are chatting with your friends, that's it. But often you come across the ads in your Facebook timeline. So that is the actual industry impact I'm talking about. So there are businesses who have created the ads for to show it to you, and maybe you are in their target audience. So Facebook is best used for the B2C and B2B audience. Other audiences could be, but this is the prominent group that they target through Facebook. And I'll also show you, before we move ahead, I'll show you how this is done. And this is, Facebook platform, it is best for brand awareness. You can generate the leads. You can drive content engagement if you have a website, and you can even drive, traffic to the website. So let me quickly show you what I'm talking about. Otherwise, it might not be very clear to everyone. Can you see my screen now? business.facebook.com. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is, yeah.
Yes,
So this
sir.
is, actually we all have been using facebook.com, but very few people or people who are into advertising or marketing in the professional world, they use business.facebook.com to create the ads. So you can see this is my ad console, and one of my ad is live. Okay. So I'm running an ads. You can see one of the ads is like to generate the likes for my page, and it is the delivery is active. Now my bid strategy is the highest volume. So what does it mean by highest volume? Highest volume means I want to target more and more people in the set budget and the stipulated period of time. So my budget is the 10,000 rupees lifetime, you can see. Okay. Then we have a setting, attribution setting. So basically what happens, attribution is, you come to a website, you engage with an ad or any platform. So nowadays, as a marketer, what we do, we have started, although the data is collected anonymously, we have started identifying the users, and those users get into a more refined group of target users. And then we can see that if this person has interacted with us on X date, and then again that then person comes back to a platform or a website on X+3 date, so we can identify that person, although anonymously, and just an ID is attached to it. Then in the next column, you can see that I have accumulated more than 3,000 likes, and my current reach is more than 1 lakh. My impressions are more than 200,000, and the cost per result that I'm getting is 2.25 rupees. Now, this report is very exhaustive. These are just the columns that you're seeing right now, but you can see more reports. You can play with the data, and you can see what is working well for you. So this is just a quick overview of what I just showed you, that what is the industry impact. So this is how we manage ads, we track our results, and that's why you must be wondering that why do you see such some ads on your Facebook timeline when you haven't visited their website? Because what we do, we create the ad. So let me show it to you quickly. So when we create the ad, so it asks us that either, if you are new to it, you can either find your objective by selecting what your objective is. Okay, so there are n number of objectives. You can run an ad for your brand awareness. You can run an ad just to reach out to most of the people so they see your company or your service. You can drive traffic to your website. If you are offering a mobile application, you can motivate or encourage people to install, get your app installed on your mobile devices. And in this app install objective, you can also select whether you want that app installation to happen on an Android device or an iOS device. So this is the the narrowed down version. Then if you are having a video, a very popular video you think that can go viral, you can select a video view. So people will start getting, such video recommendations on their timeline. You can do lead generation. Lead generation is a very, nice and helpful tool for us, because maybe, if anyone of you have seen the ad, maybe a real estate ad or an automobile ad. So they say that learn more or express your interest, and as soon as you click that button, a form pop-ups on the Facebook page itself, so you don't have to leave the website, and that form has the pre-populated information, what all information you have used on Facebook to create the account, like your name, email or phone number, and you have to just click the submit. So you don't have to fill up the form is automatically auto-filled, and then the details comes to us as an advertiser. Then you have post engagement. If you're writing very good content, text content, so you can let people engage with it. You can get the page likes as I'm running. If you're hosting an event, you can run an ad in the by geofencing. And by geofencing, I mean that you target a certain region. So say, for example, if I'm based in Mumbai, so I'll target maybe the Santa Cruz area. So my ad will only show in the Santa Cruz area because my event is going to happen in the Santa Cruz area. Then you can get messages in your Facebook, and then there are other conversion channels also that are more specific to the people who are running an e-commerce ad or who are running ad for an e-commerce website. So this is just a quick overview. We can cover it in detail later. So coming back to the presentation, any question till now? The console that I just showed you.
What is the cost of such ads, sir?
So when we create the ad and we define the audience, Facebook starts giving us, an automatic or based on the targets that we have created, like what's the age, what's the demographics, basically, what's the geographic location, and what are their interests, because we can do interest-based targeting as well. Although Facebook is, currently embroiled in some privacy concern and they are removing it. But based on our settings, we will get the recommendations from Facebook that you need to pay this much to run this ad. However, it is totally up to us how much do we want to invest. So if you want to just try a new ad copy and see that what kind of results you get for a testing purpose, you can even start it with 500 rupees. But if you're a seasoned marketer and you know how these ads run, then sky is the limit. It is totally up to you how much reach you want to get. And I can even show you. I'll show you when the tool session comes up, that you can see other people, what kind of ads other people are running, and you can see their spend also on Facebook. So Facebook is very transparent on that front. Does I
want one question, sir. So I'm advertising in Facebook, and so you, for example, I'm having some 5,000 friends. So this particular advertisement, it's a paid advertisement, will be circulated among these 5,000 or to other people in that in the radius of the area chosen.
So, when you create the target audience, so you have a lot of parameters, and the target group is created on a mix and match basis. Let me show it to you quickly. So I have like, let's say, for example, I want traffic to my website. So first of all, I have to select category, which category it is. If I don't fall into any of these categories, so I can simply leave out this section. And here it is asking me what is my daily budget or the lifetime budget, and it is recommending me something based on my previous spends. So it is totally up to me how much I want to say. For example, I set like the lifetime budget, and now it is giving me 28,000, but I don't have the budget of 20,000. I say I'll have a budget of 5,000. So it is perfectly fine with Facebook. Okay. Now let me quickly show you the targeting option so it will be more clear. So it is asking me what kind of conversion I'm looking for, whether I want traffic to my website, whether I want traffic to my application, a mobile application, definitely. Do I want the chat to be initiated in my messenger, or whether I want to send traffic to my WhatsApp, because you all know Facebook acquired WhatsApp, and calls, like if I want people to see my ad and start calling me. Okay. Then I have the budget and schedule. I can set the start date and the end date. Now coming to the audience part, the question that I got from you guys. First is the create new audience. So here you can see that I can target people living in or recently in this location. Now I have more options here. When I click this drop down, I have other options. People living in this location, people whose home is within the selected area. Then third is people recently in this location, people whose most recent location is within the selected area. So they may not be living in here, but recently they were here. That's why that's why it is always recommended to turn off the location in your mobile devices, because these platforms, Facebook or any other social media platform or advertising platform, they can track your location. That's why it is known as, it is a general idea that iOS devices are safer than the Android devices, because in iOS devices, the location settings are turned off by default, but in Android devices, they don't take your permission and they're turned on by default. So that's why it is always recommended to keep your location turned off. And the fourth option is a very, is a very useful option for us, people who are traveling in this location. So people whose most recent location is within the selected area, but whose home is more than 125 miles or 200 kilometers away. So this is a basic location targeting that you get in the ad console. The other targeting options, I'm sorry, the other targeting options is the age. You can select what is the age group that you are trying to target. So it starts from the 13 years and it goes to 65 plus. Then you can also select genders. Is it for all or men or women, depending on what is your offering. Then you have the detailed targeting, the interest-based targeting. You can add the demographics, interest, or behaviors here. So when you click on the suggestions, you will see, so people who are interested in news media, people who are interested in leadership or the social concept, and or people who are interested in agriculture. This is the suggestion by default I'm getting because of the kind of ads I'm running. However, I can get more interest or detailed targeting by clicking on browse. And here I have demographics, and within demographics, I have a lot of options. You can basically target people based on their education, what is their financial status, any life event, important life event that is happening, if it's their anniversary. This target audience will make you clear why certain ads you see on Facebook appear on your timeline. Date of birth, friends. So there are n number of options you can target. Then in interest, you have like people who are interested in business and industry. And with the business and industry, you have these verticals. And within the vertical also, you have micro vertical. So if somebody is interested in fashion designing and your offering is something that is related to fashion designing, you can target that person. And it is also showing you the size on the right side. If you see on my screen, it is showing you what is the size of this target audience, what this interest is, and what the description is. So likewise, you have a lot of targeting options. Once you set these options, and you can even save this audience for later stage, your ad will be shown to these people who fall into the combination of these. So say, for example, people living in Mumbai who are between this age group, and I want to target just men, and then I select interest targeting. So my audience size will start changing. You'll see on the right side. Okay.
Okay, sir, thank you very much. So, as a default, it won't be sent to all the friends. So, based on this criteria we are selecting only, it will be sent. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you are asking me that if your ad will be shown to your friends on Facebook, right?
As a default.
Yeah, that's not possible. However, you can, if you know their attributes, in which attribute they fall, you can select that attribute and they can see. But we need to understand that we can run ads for the Facebook page and not a Facebook profile. Okay, so most of us are having a Facebook profile and not a Facebook page. Okay.
Sir, my question is, I'm interrupting you, sorry.
No problem.
My question is, suppose I want to generate the lead for my college, for my institution, and want to get the admission from the student. So how it will be possible? And a practical example, can you share that how I can prepare the ad for my college and how can generate the lead?
Yes, so that's a very pertinent question. And in fact, I have covered this question in detail in one of the case studies that I'm going to cover in the later stage. So if ma'am, if you can wait till that time,
Okay.
I'll cover that.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So,
So I also want to ask, do we need to have a PR for all this, or we can do it all by ourselves, sir?
it depends. See, if basically all these platforms are known as self-serving ad platforms, so you don't need a PR unless you are, you want something very specific or very detailed or very professional in terms of content, because content has to be created. Like you need a content writer, do the creative writing part. You need a graphic designer or a video editor to create your creatives, and then basically the combination of these two help you in running the ads. So if you get acquainted with these ad platforms, the ad console, by testing different kind of ads, you can run it, but still you would need that creative part. If you have it, you can do it by yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, can we move ahead now?
Chinmay, bye.
All right. So the next
Please
is
proceed, sir.
so the next the platform that is banned in India, but is creating waves globally. I've got a chat message. Tell us registration verification process. Yeah. So Dr. Himanta has asked me that can I tell him that a Facebook Business Manager account creation and verification process? Yeah. So I can quickly do it. So like if you want to create the business account, it is very simple. You don't need to have a separate login. You can simply use your Facebook credentials to log into business.facebook.com. Let me show that screen for better. So here's the URL. You need to just log into this URL, business.facebook.com, for the first time when you want to run the ads, and use your own Facebook ID or the business the credential that you have that you use to use your Facebook, access your Facebook profile, and you can start using business.facebook.com, the ads console. You don't need any verification. Anybody can do it. You need verification in terms of the business. Earlier, what used to happen, anyone was, everyone basically was allowed to run the ads, and it was creating a lot of issues or problems because people were running many negative content on the Facebook platform, and Facebook, because of which Facebook got a lot of legal notifications and got entangled into legal cases. So what Facebook did, that still now everybody can run a business, an ad or a business, account, but you need to verify your business. You need to give your GST account. You need to give your basically the business registration detail. If it's a private limited company, then you need to provide all the papers that are related to private limited company. If it's a proprietorship, then you need to provide a proprietorship. However, in many cases, like in the case of college, maybe a person who is just maybe maybe a placement officer or some, if there's some HR in the college, they have to run the ad, so they cannot provide a business verification. They cannot do business verification completely if it is run by trust. So what happens in that case? that you need to just because there the GST number is also optional in that case. You just need to provide your college details, maybe the name, the address, and the other field that it asks. Then Facebook sends a verification code via mail. Via mail means the snail mail or the traditional mail, not email. So once you receive that code and enter into the Facebook console, then Facebook approves or verifies your business, and then you can start running the ad copies. So there's nothing major as far as the verification is concerned, just to make sure that your business is authentic or your organization is authentic.
And for creating this Facebook this advertisement, we need to have a website for our business compulsory.
Well, it is not compulsory, because if you are running a lead generation ad, or if you are running just a Facebook page, that is your the business front, you don't need a website. However, if the requirement of your business is that you need to have a business website. If you are running an e-commerce store, then you need to have a website. Or if you're selling some product or services, basically if you're selling something, there's some transaction is happening, it is always recommended to have a business website, because Facebook page, you see that there's a blue tick mark on Facebook pages for some verified business pages. It is not available for all the business Facebook pages, and in order to get it, you need to have a business website. So how do people or your users basically get the authenticity of your business? So they'll see your business website. That's why it is always recommended to have a business website. So next is the next platform is TikTok, and as I was saying, although it is banned in India, but this social media platform is actually creating ripples and waves in the global arena. And there are like many people who are using it crazily, although it was majorly created or used when we saw how it happened in India for the videos and different things. But it is a very good advertising platform nowadays, because what is happening, the focus of people is shifting from the text or the image based content. Their focus is more on video based content, and this is the reason, because of the popularity of TikTok, Facebook came up with Facebook Reels. If any one of you access the Facebook timeline on your mobile devices, you must be seeing the Facebook Reels as well. Similarly, on Google or YouTube, they recently started Shorts. So this is the reason why they came up, because of TikTok's popularity and the investment it is getting in terms of ads. So you can see that it has more than 1 billion active monthly global users. Mostly it is used by Gen Z or followed by millennials. The industry impact is B2B and B2C, and it is best for creating the video content, user generated content, because we all know that people are actually creating their own video content, and brand awareness. So it's a very useful platform. The third platform is Instagram. Mostly we see that Instagram has a lot of stories and images coming up, and it looks very aesthetically very pleasing. That's why this is the reason behind its success. It has more than 1 billion active monthly users. Primarily millennials are using it. The industry impact is completely B2C. There are so many success stories, like a jewelry shop or a jewelry business, a person who is in jewelry business, and there's a chain of shops. They are successfully using Instagram to sell their different kinds of jewelry to different age groups, different people having different financial status. And as we all know, it is it is best recommended for highly quality images and videos and user generated content that we call as UGC, and advertising in different forms. So an important thing, I have added this snippet at the bottom that sets this platform apart is its advanced e-commerce tool. So if any of you happen to use Instagram, the business thing, so you can go here, as we did for Facebook. You can type business.instagram. Maybe the domain has changed. One second. This is business.instagram.com. Because Instagram is a part of Facebook, So what we can do is we can use the same ad console that I showed you to create ads for Instagram. However, if you want to have a separate ad account for the Instagram account, for the Instagram, you can go to this business.instagram.com also. So you can have a separate ad account. Many people prefer to have a same account because they use a single credit card to run the ad copies, because you need a credit card to run the ads. But it depends on the case by case basis what kind of structure you want to have in your organization. So it has a lot of e-commerce capabilities, and it is usually recommended or often used by a lot of e-commerce platforms. You will see more ads related to Amazon, Flipkart, ShopClose, or any other e-commerce platform on Instagram than on any other app. And why it happens? Because whenever you are using an some e-commerce platform other than the actual e-commerce platform, some third-party platform, when you have to complete the purchasing cycle, you will have to leave the application and go to the actual website. But this is where this Instagram's strength lies. You don't have to leave that platform, and the purchase can be completed without leaving the app. So that's why everything can be done on Instagram itself. So that's why it is very hard for other platforms to beat Instagram on this front. The next social media account of the platform is Twitter. It has recently been in news for various reasons, because Elon Musk acquired it. So there are more than 211 million daily active users worldwide. It doesn't enjoy that kind of users that we saw earlier. So here you can see that on Twitter we have just 201 million daily active users. And for the other platforms that I showed you earlier, Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, they run into billions. However, still Twitter is very powerful in terms of advertising because of the level of engagement it offers. Although it has less number of users, but the level of engagement, the level of following, the level of media attention it gets, it is more popular in many terms in related to the platforms. So primarily millennials are using it. The industry impact is B2B and B2C, and as you can see, it is best for public relations, customer service, and community building. This utility we don't see in the other platforms, in the previous platforms that we saw. So this utility is quite unique to Twitter. So if you have such objective, and if you feel that your audience is on the audience need these three things, you can use Twitter and not Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. The next professional social media platform is LinkedIn, and I'm sure everybody's using it. We have like 7.4 million active users worldwide, and mostly the baby boomers. Mostly the baby boomers or the Gen X and millennials are using it, and the industry impact is B2B because it is mostly used for B2B. I think 99% it is B2B, and it is best used for B2B relationships, business development, and social selling. And there is a very famous case study for the LinkedIn that you must have heard the name of Bank Standard Chartered. There was a time when they were conducting more than 80% of their business only on LinkedIn. So all the lead generation, getting people, targeting the HNI clients, identifying HNI clients, and then sending them the messages and working with them, getting their accounts open. Everything was happening on the LinkedIn. Yeah. So baby boomer is although I have created a separate slide for these glossary terms also, but to explain it, anyone who was born after the World War II, 1946 to 1964, they are known as baby boomers, because then actually everything with respect to war, this is basically an American concept, not an Indian concept. So basically everything, because World War impacted everyone. So as soon as the World War ended, people returned to the normal life, and the growth rate of the human growth rate, the birth rate took the normal course or increased exponentially in some countries. That's why it is known as baby boomers. So LinkedIn, as you see, is Facebook's professional cousin, and it's the only platform where this audience is very clearly defined. Like in Facebook, we saw that audience, we saw the different targeting options, but in LinkedIn, when you start creating ads, you can actually target people based on their title or their working professional. You can target on, say for example, I want to target only the C-level category, only the CEOs of the company. I can select in the target that I want to target only the CEOs who are based in maybe the Atlanta region of US and who have a worth of more than $5 million. So I can do all of these things, and I can even target people based on their previous jobs or previous services they used to offer on LinkedIn. And this is very unique to, very unique to LinkedIn. That's why the LinkedIn ads are most expensive ads, as compared to any other social media platform. The cost per click, the cost that the advertiser pay on a single click starts with $2. So if you have a very good budget, only then LinkedIn is recommended. Otherwise, you won't get any results on LinkedIn. So that's the peculiarity of this platform. Moving ahead. The other social media platform that is very popular these days is YouTube. And YouTube is not just a video marketing platform or a social media platform. It is also known as the most popular search engine in the world, because many people are using YouTube to search for various things, because they, it's very easy to see something from a video and learn it rather than reading the text or an image. So that's why people are searching a lot of things on YouTube. Even many academic people are using YouTube. I have covered that in one of the case studies also that I'll showcase you later, how YouTube is using to, position himself as the best academician in that particular domain. So the audience here is primarily millennials, but they have a very strong, audience presence across gender, age, and demographics, because mostly everyone is on YouTube. Everyone, even if they are not doing some business, they are using it for entertainment purposes. And the industry impact is B2C and B2B. It is best used by, for brand awareness, for long form entertainment, and how to videos, which is actually the strength of people who are using it to position themselves and get their increase their sales, the how to videos. The next option is Snapchat. Not many people in India know about it. Only the recent generation knows about it and they use it. So it has more than 306 million daily active users globally. Its industry impact is B2C, and it is best used for brand awareness and advertising. So I have one more question. Very low there. Yeah. So the success rate in India varies. So in India, the most popular, I would say, the social media platform is Facebook, YouTube, WhatsApp. TikTok was successful, but it was banned. LinkedIn in the business community, it is very, very successful. Everybody's on LinkedIn. So, but the actual numbers may vary, but this is how we see. Now, the other option, the other platform is Pinterest. So here, Pinterest, anybody has used Pinterest? I have one more question.
Yes, sir.
So, ma'am, what's your feedback on Pinterest? How do you think that is useful for you if you compare it with Facebook, Twitter, or any other platform?
No, I don't use that much or like Facebook.
Okay.
I use Facebook more frequently.
Right. So, I think one more gentleman said that they use Facebook. Sorry, Pinterest. Anyway, so Pinterest is primarily, it is used by the companies or individuals who are into very creative sort of things. So it is like Instagram, but depends on the content or the image that you're going to share. It is basically a repository of user-generated images, or the companies who are putting there. So it has more than 444 million active users globally. It's primarily used by Gen Z, Gen X, and baby boomers. B2C impact, but we have recently seen B2B impact there also, but it is, I would say, in the rudimentary stage, and it is best used for visual advertising and inspiration. So many companies who are offering arts, or who are into collection, people who are in collection of rare arts, they are using Pinterest to identify. People are looking there for inspiration as well. So it is, you can see the 4 points at the bottom. So it is like a visual storyboard that allows users to get inspiration for everything from fashion to home decor. So many interior designers are using, Pinterest to get the inspiration, or many clients are using it to understand what kind of home decor they should, get. 85% of pinners are people who are using Pinterest, say that Pinterest is where they go to start a new project. And these people are basically into the creative. 80% of weekly pinners say they have discovered a new brand or product on the platform. And so it's not only a great discovery tool, but it's also a way for brands to build their narrative through visual story. It is a very powerful platform, but underutilized in India. So this was the, all the social media platforms, the primary social media platform. There are others as well. So any question till now? Any further question that you want to ask me before we move to the next slide?
Sir, good afternoon, sir. What is the procedure to launch such a social media? If anybody started
social media, as in you want to create a business account?
Not now, sir, but just I'm asking you for interest. What is the procedure to launch such a platform, or like Facebook or Instagram?
If I am getting your question right, you are asking me that you want to launch your own social media platform?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's a different ball game altogether. You need to have first of all, the understanding of what your target audience is. Like I have mentioned in the audience also, like you're seeing in every slide, that millennials, Gen X, Gen Y, baby boomers. So first you need to decide whom you are going to target. Then the second is what kind of social media platform it is going to be, whether it is a text-based social media platform, whether it's a image, video, a mix and match, what kind of social media platform is. And you'll have to do a market analysis, a very in-depth market analysis, that which market you are going to target. And once you have these reports with you, you need to get in touch with a team of developers or some startup guys who can fund that project, because usually creating social media platform is not a big deal, but running it and running it successfully or getting some traction, it takes a lot of investment. So like this is just a quick overview, but there are a lot of factors that come into play when you have to launch your own social media platform.
And who decide the ethics for that?
Right. So there are IT laws in India, the IT Act. Nisha ma'am is one of the pioneers in that law. She can explain it better. Then we have, when we come to US or the European region, they are governed by GDPR regulations. So each region or each continent or each country, they have different regulations. You need to adhere to those regulations. You need to have the guidelines also. And any platform that you're using, any platform that I've covered till now, you will go into their help section, you will find a detailed guidelines report, and every advertiser needs to follow it. If they don't follow it and they get entangled into some case, their ad account is immediately suspended forever, and there may be legal ramifications as well.
Thank you, sir.
So I have a question from Dr. Suresh Abhyankar. Popularity of any platform for it depends on how normal users are using the platform, right? So these platforms give the users profile for researchers. So can you please elaborate on this point? Do this platform give their users profiles for researchers? If you can elaborate, then I can answer it.
If you are trying to be, not an advertiser, you are going to be looking into the suggestions from the advertisers that we should use this particular platform. And that platform, basically an advertiser will show a platform where they get more commission. So to save the company's money, if I want to look into a situation where which particular platform is having better reach and lesser cost. That is what. So I'll not be an advertiser. I'll be a normal person, and still I want to do this research.
Right. So, in that case, the first point that we need to take care of or understand is we need to understand whether our audience is present there or not. Now, again, the question may arise that we need to research and find. So there are already many findings and research, as I have covered here also, that what kind of users, how many users are there, and what kind of users are there. So this is like a starting point or a straw where you can start this research. Secondly, these platforms also provide an audience builder tool. So what audience builder tool does? You put in your all the parameters that you need to research and find whether will be a suitable platform for me or not. And based on that, they give a suggestion that they have so and so like so many or so much of people who are accessing this platform as per the attributes or the parameters we have just keyed in. That's the first part. Now coming to the investment part or the money part, what they suggest is always on the higher end, or is on always on the higher side, that this at least this much you invest, only then you'll get the traction. As an advertiser, what we have learned over the years, that their recommendation is always not true, because what their objective as a platform is to get the maximum money from the advertising company or the person who is using this platform to advertise their product or services. So we need to test and test. Once you keep testing, you will understand over the period of time, maybe a month, 2 or 3, whether this platform is working for you or not. So there is no like a general rule or accepted standard that if you want to use Facebook for maybe create awareness for your college, so it will work for you. No, maybe Instagram can work better for you. Maybe Google search may work better for you. So it is just a matter of testing how much efforts you put into testing of these platforms.
So it is a trial and error, and over a period of time, your experience will tell you.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
But there are different case studies also that you can refer to and ascertain that whether your findings are in the right direction or not. There are many case studies.
Okay, thank you.
So I have another question from Dr. Sumedha Nayak. Do these platforms help us to conduct surveys in professional manner? Yeah, definitely. We'll have to be very creative. What kind of, if you want to, if I'm understanding it right, you want to collect the responses. So it definitely helps us. And it also provides an edge over other platforms that other platforms don't provide. It helps us understand the sentiments of the people. We can basically capture whether it's a positive sentiment or a negative sentiment. I'll quickly point out to a very important or a famous case study that not many people know, but it is famous among the political people because it happened in the last election in Karnataka. One of the national political parties gave ticket to one of the candidates who was not having a very nice background in terms of, he was having a very sketchy character person. As soon as the ticket was given to that person, a lot of negative comments or people in anger, they started engaging with that content that this is the wrong person who has received the ticket. And within 12 hours, not even 24 hours, within 12 hours, that ticket was cancelled and it was given to other users. So what these platforms help us, they help us to capture the sentiments of the people. And this is the primarily reason why, most of the social media platforms, most of the political parties are investing heavily into these, into these social media platforms. And it has basically become their primary platform to reach out to them. Because I can capture the sentiments, and capturing sentiment is something like I know the pulse of the people. Can we move ahead now?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now coming to the benefits of the social media marketing. So first of all, it helps you increase your brand awareness. So, these social media platforms, any social media platform, they have users in millions and billions. So you have the potential to reach out to these thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. And even if you don't have a presence, basically, if you don't have a bricks and mortar business, if you don't have a formal business, you don't have an office space, even then you can use social media platform to reach out to the audience. There are n number of startups, there are n number of success stories. Like there are women who had just an idea that they'll start selling saris that was of particular make. They used these Instagram, Pinterest, or other platforms to start selling their products. There are people who are selling pickles on Facebook, and they are generating hundreds of thousands of rupees as revenue. So basically, that's the power of these platforms. Then, if you have a brand, but you want you want to boost the brand awareness, basically, and driving up engagement. So you can even do that by being very creative, by creating the kind of content that people are searching for. So we need to understand here one thing, that social media platform has a two-way communication. It is not like you have posted something and it will be, disseminated among your followers and they'll feel that good about it. No, it's not that way. You need to listen to what your followers are saying, what they are searching for, what their need is, and then create the content accordingly. Once you have that content and you have posted that content on your page, if any one of you is running a page, or even if in case you're not running a page, if you're having just a simple profile, you must have observed that you have posted something on your profile 3 days back and it got 100 likes. Yesterday you posted something, you got just 5 likes. So what's the problem? The problem is your audience is same, but they are not interacting with the two content in a similar way, because their preferences are different, their likes and dislikes are different. So you need to listen to these. So as far as the profile is concerned, it's your personal profile, you can do anything. But when it comes to a page, a business page, you need to be very particular about how people are reacting to your content, what is their engagement level, how many people are liking it, loving it, how many people are hating it, how many shares or reposts you are getting it, and once you have these parameters, it will help you craft your content or improvise your content. So I have a question from Dr. Suresh Abhyankar. Can we request area specifications for your ad release, say Maharashtra, to reduce the cost? No, it doesn't work this way. So what happens, the more the more you get specific, the more you narrow down your targeting, your cost will increase. But the cost is not exponential. So if earlier your broad audience, say for example, you were targeting Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, and your cost per click was 5 rupees. And if you are started targeting just the Maharashtra region, so your cost might go to like 6 rupees, 6.5 rupees. It won't go to 10 rupees or 11 rupees. That is for sure. But the more you narrow down the audience, more the cost will increase. Exactly. So as Dr. Sumita Naik posted that when we post something thought-provoking content, we don't get any likes and comments. So it depends what kind of audience or the following you have. So I have a question from Dr. Nidhi Pandey. Does it also mean certain words which are prominent like action verbs? Yes, yeah, definitely. In fact, there are many stop words that the Google search engine or these platforms tell us when we go into their the ad guideline section. They have this glossary of terms that they suggest not to use, especially when you are promoting something that is related to medical and legal field, because they have very stringent laws, very stringent rules for because basically in medicine, in medical line, you cannot promote yourself. In legal line, you cannot promote yourself. So you have to be quite creative to run ads there. And if there are certain words like 100% guarantee, buyback, those words are not allowed. So it depends. It again depends on the industry you are in. So this is the first prominent benefit. The second benefit of the social media marketing, you can generate leads and boost conversions. So as you can see that promoting and sharing your product on social media is a simple way to improve lead generation, boost conversion, increase sales, because you are advertising to people who have opted to engage with you by following your account or manage the target audience via ads. So I'll cover this point, but let me quickly explain it what happens. So because I think most of you are from academics, so maybe the director of your college asks you that you need to we need to have a social media strategy wherein we get more number of students who are enrolling for our course, a better number of students who are enrolling for our course. So this strategy is generating leads. Leads is basically anything that is coming to your website or to your social media platform as a query. So if I submit a contact form on your website, so I'm a lead for you. If I send a message to your social media platform, to your Facebook page, I'm a lead for you. And from therein, you will take up the next steps. Those next steps I'll cover shortly. So what happens that you have to create the social media plan. So you need to run these ads, these kind of ads. Only then you will get the leads, and then those leads can be further nurtured to convert into customers or conversions or students who are taking admission in your college. So this is the basic concept of this point. The next is foster relationships with customers. So this is very important or very prominently used by people or companies who are into giving support or interacting with their audience for multiple reasons. It could be like to in corporate world, what we say is once we sell something to a user, that user, there are two things we want that user to do. The first is that user should be a returning user. He should be or she should be buying again and again from us. And secondly, that person should be our advocate, because having your loyal customer as your advocate is the best testimony you can get. So what happens with these social media platforms, that these are used to connect and engage with your social media followers, and you build a long lasting relationship with them. They will start interacting with your post, responding to your questions, their questions, and you can answer them via comments, or you can send them a personal message. So there are different ways you can use these social media platforms. And if there's a customer maybe who is angry with your service or product, you can even use that in case. But using social media platform for fostering relationship with customers is a double-edged sword. Because on social media platforms, everything that goes is public and can be seen by anyone. So you need to make sure that if somebody is dissatisfied with your work, you need to make sure that that problem gets resolved. Otherwise, the negative publicity can damage your business like anything. Like there is a famous example of Snapchat, the platform that I covered earlier. So their CEO gave something, he said negative about our country. And as soon as that comment went viral, he lost like hundreds of thousands of users in India. So it was a very big setback for him. So likewise, you need to be very careful when you're dealing with social media as far as the PR is concerned. The fourth option, the fourth benefit is learning from your competitors. So this is very, this is very my favorite point in or I would say the favorite thing that I get from social media. As I said, everything is open on social media. Nothing is hidden. Your creatives can be seen. Your ad text can be seen. What people are posting on your social media profile can be seen. Whether they are happy or not, it can be seen. The sentiments of your followers can be seen. So basically, you can do a very exhaustive competitive analysis on your social media, on your competitors on the social media platform. So you can, as I mentioned here, that you can see their products, their campaigns, and their level of interaction. So you can see basically everything. So even if say for example, there is another college in your city who is actually your competitor and is getting a lot of attention, or students are taking interest in taking admission in that college, you can actually follow their social media page and see actually what is happening on their page. What kind of content are they posting? What are they promoting? The culture of the college? Are they promoting the faculties of the college? What is basically what the content is, what kind of interaction they are having, and based on that you can formulate your strategy, what is going to work for you, or what better you have to offer once after seeing their strategy. The other benefits are it is very cost effective. I'm sorry. Cost effective in terms of if you have to put hoarding somewhere on the roadside, a big hoarding or some placards, or you have to engage in any other sort of BTL marketing. BTL marketing is wherein you are doing something on field. So if you compare that with social media marketing, it is very, very. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Dr. Mukul, your voice is not clear to me. Dr. Mukul, your voice is not clear to me. Okay, so as I was saying, that is very cost effective. So you have to basically spend in not you have to basically spend in not crores of. So and you can easily reach out to the people to actually target and you can easily. I think Dr. Mukul, there is some audio issue at your end.
I think Dr. Mukul can type the question in chat box. I think Shailen sir, is that fine? If
Yeah, definitely.
he can type it, it will be better.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Carry
definitely.
on, sir. Carry on. Thank you.
Okay. So the cost effectiveness, because of, if you compare it with other BTL marketing platforms, it is very cost effective. You don't have to just imagine what is the cost of giving newspaper ads in dailies like Times of India or Dainik Bhaskar, Dainik Jagran, or The Hindu. What is the cost? But if you can do the same thing if you have to do the same thing on social media, it is like the 1/10 or maybe 1/100th in some cases. Secondly, when you do BTL marketing, you don't get any feedback. But in social media marketing, you can quickly get the feedback that what is working for you, what is not working for you, by clearly seeing the kind of engagement you are getting from your followers. And everything that is mentioned in the point G, that everything is measurable. So you can play with data. You can see that certain people or certain age group, how they are interacting with your with your ads or with your creatives, whether you need to improvise it, whether you need to update it, whether you need to change your strategy, and you can have different combinations of the data to understand this. The other benefit is there is a very high conversion rate. Why? Because you are getting the instant feedback. It is quite measurable, so you can quickly improvise, and that's why you get a high conversion rate. If you put an ad in a very famous newspaper, if you put a big hoarding across the road, you cannot measure the conversion rate. You don't know basically who is coming to you by seeing that ad. But when people come to your website or your social media platform after they have seen your ad, so you can see that in your analytics as well, in your maybe Google Analytics, in your Facebook Analytics, or any other analytics platform that you are basically using to measure the ads. And the last option, which is last but not the least, but very important, it is easily accessible. You have to just create an account, you have to attach your credit card, and you are good to go. You can run the ad copies. So before we move to the next slide, I have to take a few questions. So first question is from Dr. Sumedha Nayak. Does Facebook provides benchmarking services for business? Definitely, yeah, it does. So there are tools within Facebook, and it's not just Facebook, but other platforms as well. They provide benchmarking, that this is the thing that based on we call them in-page and in market audience in the social media lingo. So, and in that in-market audience, we can see what kind of benchmarking is happening, has happened based on the parameters or the domain that we are in. The question from Dr. Suresh Abhyankar: cost per hit may be comparative. Yes, yeah, definitely. In traditional, yes. So in social media, cost per the cost per hit, or we say cost per click, it is quite low. But in traditional media, it is not possible to ascertain what is the cost per click is. You have to pay in the lump sum amount. You have no statistics with you. There is no cost per click. There is no there are no measurable parameters. You don't know who is coming by seeing those ads. What is the level of engagement, and you don't even know that if the relevant people or the target people are actually seeing that ad or not. So the traditional ad is not very useful in many cases, but in certain cases they are, depending on what kind of reach that traditional media platform offers.
So I have a question, sir. So
Yeah.
this many of the dailies are having online versions also. So do you have any data of the impact of such platforms that dailies they are hard copy they are circulating, and online versions also they are having most of the dailies. So the advertisements will help in that channel.
Doctor, your voice is a bit muffled. Can you please?
No issues. I will type.
Yeah, if you can please type in the chat, I'll answer. Nisham, can I take a 2-minute break? I have to have just a glass of water, please.
Yes, why not? Yeah, it's completely natural for us.
I'll be back in a minute. Okay.
Yes.
Till then, Dr. Nixon can type the question. I'll answer.
Till rest of the
after the break, we will see. Thank you.
So I'll be back in a minute.
And then in the meanwhile, Shailen sir will read and try to answer few queries. Sir, you can take a break definitely, please. Participants, am I audible to you? Meanwhile, there is an announcement to make.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes,
Today,
ma'am. Audible.
yeah, today, there is a change in the schedule from 2 to 3:30. Puneet Kaur ma'am is going to have hands-on session on Google Analytics, right? As per the conversation today. So we are trying to make it more practical. Are you comfortable? All of you are comfortable into it?
Yeah, ma'am. No problem.
Yes, ma'am. No
Okay.
problem.
Yes, madam, no issue.
Suren sir has got some emergency work. So, last session will be taken by me. That will be 3:30 to 5 p.m. Is it okay?
Okay.
So,
Okay, ma'am.
those who are going, giving introduction and vote of thanks can adjust accordingly. I shared the profile of Puneet ma'am on group itself recently. Okay. This is it. We just wanted to have full practical sessions as per your expectation. So we made few changes, right? So we are committed to the quality and satisfaction of the students, the participants. This is our policy. Thank you. And I hope today's session is like going on very practically and conceptually in a parallel direction.
Yes, madam, it is very
Absolutely,
lively.
ma'am.
Yeah, I could see that satisfaction from in today's session. Yesterday, I was in convocation program of DAVV. So we could have requested the same from the current audience resource person as well. But definitely resources will be shared with you. Yes.
Hi. So, one second, any other questions? Let me quickly see. Okay, so I think that's fine. Is everyone back?
Yes, sir, you can continue, please.
So before going to the next slide, let me show you how we keep a close watch on other competitors. Basically, the points that I've covered in the benefits. So don't do such platforms similar comparative impacts like social media. Yes. So Dr. Nixon has a very relevant or pertinent question here. He is asking that many newspapers are having online versions also. Do such platforms have similar or comparable impacts like social media in terms of advertisements? So, earlier the traditional media or the traditional platform had the only, they were basically the only ones who were doing this business or the advertising business. But with the advent of this social media platform, the social media platforms have basically taken that space. So although people are giving a lot of ads on these traditional media platforms, but if we compare the revenue to the revenue of the social media platform, advertising is way ahead than the traditional media. And slowly this advertisements on traditional media is dying. It's in a dying phase. And with the new things coming up, especially the artificial intelligence, I think very small players will remain in this field as far as the traditional media is concerned, because traditional media cannot provide you the kind of audience targeting, the audience that you need, or the impact that you need for your advertisements. So I was showing you something. This is the name. So this is Facebook ad library. This is Facebook ad library, and here what you can do is Facebook has given is very transparent in terms of sharing these information. You can search ads. So what we do as an advertiser, what we do is we search ads of our competitors. So here you can set the country, what ad category does it fall into, all ads or issues, elections or politics. So let's select all ads, and you can just key in this the name of your competitor or any. So recently I did what BJP is up to as far as this running ads are concerned. So you can see here, it has this page is from Facebook. They are showing that there are around 2,900 results, and for all the ads you can see that what ad they ran. Okay, so if I'm the opposition or the other party, I'll see what their social media strategy is up to, and then I'll refine my audience or refine my strategy. So here you get all the information that what platforms they targeted. The targeted platform is Facebook and Insta. Categories was social issue. Estimated audience, it was more than 1 million, and the amount spent on this particular ad was 50,000 to 60,000. So, and they got so many impressions. And when you click on select ad details, you get you get all the information, the ad copies, the estimated audience, and a lot of other things that we get. In the details, we can also see that who overall were targeted. So men, you can see this much. Women were targeted more on this. 22% people unknown, because many people don't often give their reveal their gender thing. And this much was spent from 21st Feb to 23rd March. So when we have all these details and the target regions, these are all target regions. So when we have such details, from our competitors, then we get into refining, our ad copies or these ad strategies. So you can do similarly, for any of your competitor. If you want me to do some search based on your competitor, I can do it right now, and you can see the results if you want to see that. And any competitor name that comes to your mind, or any company name that comes to your mind?
In which category, sir?
Any category. Any category.
Okay.
Any category.
We can take cosmetics.
Yeah, if you can name the company or the advertiser.
Name the company. Nykaa.
NYKA, right?
Right.
Nykaa. NYKA. So this is Nykaa, Nykaa Beauty, Nykaa Fashion. So they have multiple brands on pages, I would say, on Facebook. So let's do it, Nykaa. So we have 140 results. So here you can see that these are the active ads. At the top, you're seeing the status, active, active, active. And they have started running ads from 24th March. They are targeting Facebook, they are targeting Insta, they are targeting the audience network, and they are also targeting the Messenger. Messenger is basically the Facebook Messenger in which you can also see the ads. And this particular ad copy has multiple versions. So multiple versions means because these are the ad copies that you're seeing there. So they are running different ad copies. Now the question is why they're running multiple versions. It could be because of the different audience groups that they have created. Now this is the ad copy they are running. Okay. If you see the ad detail, so you'll see that this is the page. This is the ad copy. Although we are not getting other information, maybe because of the recent ads, because it takes time for the Facebook audience network or the ad library to get this information. So this is the first version of the ad that they're running, and this is the second version. So what's the difference? The ad copies are same, maybe their targeting is different. That's why they are in two different ad copies due to different, maybe it could be different geographical regions, because people often do that when they have to run. Say, for example, I want to target the whole Maharashtra region. So instead of targeting the complete Maharashtra region, I'll break it down into different groups for a better targeting or better, getting better results as to getting the better understanding of how people are interacting in different regions with my ad copies. So that's why maybe Nykaa has done the same thing, and that's why they are running the same ad copies with different versions. So I have soft skill trainers. Can we search for freelancers? Yes, we can search for anyone, provided we have the name of the company or the advertiser whom we want to search. So we can search for anyone here.
Sir, if we don't have name, we just want to see how many competitors are there then, sir?
So in case you don't, if you are in such situation, what you can do is there are other tools that we use. Like there's a tool known as Ahrefs, SEMrush. These are the premium tools. You have to pay, cost there. and subscribe to them. And then you can just key in the category. You don't have to mention the name of the person who is advertising. Just mention the category and it will automatically show you that in that category, how many active advertisers are, or who were the advertisers who advertised earlier. You can just select the date also. Okay, start date and end date.
So can you write down the names of those which you just now said, sir? Thank you, sir.
This is the name. HRDC. You can use these two tools, and there are other tools. There are many tools. I mean, you can do a simple Google search to say like find the competitor ads. Google will automatically start showing you certain results which you can use to explore it more.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, please explain that ad library report menu.
Okay, so let me type Nika Fashion again. Yeah. So this ad library is a public repository of which is maintained by Facebook. As you can see, it is on a Facebook domain, facebook.com. So it's a public repository of ad copies that are being run on Facebook platform. So you can use it to basically explore what kind of ads are being run, or you can use it to do the competitive analysis. So as someone mentioned Nika, so I did the Nika thing. So I can see here that in all, it has 140 results or 140 ad copies in this repository of Facebook. These are the active ad copies. You can see the status at the top. Okay. Then here it has also been mentioned that since when these ads are running, what are the platforms on which they are running within Facebook. So Facebook, Insta, Audience Network, and Messenger. These are all Facebook properties. Then it has also mentioned that this ad has multiple versions, means maybe they are using the same ad copy to target multiple regions or to different audience set for better targeting, of course. And then you have the ad copies, the text ad and the image ads. So similarly, you are seeing all the ads here of your competitor. If I am into some cosmetic business, so I can see what Nika is up to, what ad copy, what kind of ad copies they are running. They are also running here with the image ads, okay, and they are also running the video ad because you are seeing this play button, and they are also using multiple call to action. So here you see there's a shop now call to action. Here you have the learn more call to action. Here you have the install now. So this means that they are using Facebook to generate leads here by clicking on shop now. They are taking people to their website by having this learn more, and they are also encouraging people to install their application. So I know what their objectives are, what their ad copies are, and when I get into the details, I may be having more details as to their audience that I was earlier showing you. So as of now, they don't have it because it's maybe a recent ad copy. Maybe after 10 days when we check it, we'll get the other details also, like how many men, women they are targeting, what is their precise geographical region where they are showing the ad. So this is what this ad library does. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir, but I'm asking about that ad library report. Ad library report, which is in the top menu. Yes, that
this one.
Yes, sir.
So, this is not related to any of the ad copies. Rather, it's a consolidated report of the Facebook ad library. So here you can see what number of total ads are there in this ad library and how much amount it has tracked till date. So this ad library is relatively a new concept from Meta or Facebook, and they are obliged by the law to have this report as well to showcase what is happening. As far as this report is concerned. So it is not related to any specific advertiser, but it is provided by Facebook to have a better understanding of this. So here you can see that for the spending by advertisers, so it's like they have reported by themselves at whom they are tracking and what they are tracking. So here they have like Project Minikali, I think it was something by Birla Tata Group. What is the ad spend, number of ads in their library. So likewise, they have this report that they are obliged to make public. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So now moving to the next slide, covered benefits. Now the question comes, how to create a social media strategy. One more question. Please write names of paid search. Right, names of paid search which we discussed. Dr. Nidhi, the paid search platforms you're saying?
Yes, sir. So just now we discussed about the freelancing, that search, sir. Those names, sir. I couldn't get it.
The name that I typed in on the notepad?
Yes, sir.
1 second. I'll show you again. Can you see it now?
Just a second, sir. Yes, sir, I will take AHREFS, no, sir?
Yes, AHREFS and SEM brush.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Sir, again, I'm interrupting you.
Yeah, no problem. Please.
Yeah, so my question is like being a marketing person, it's what as a competitor, it is okay if I analyze that what my competitors are doing in the market. Yes, thus details is easy for me to access all the data. But being a company, I'll try to work on this part that I should not disclose my marketing strategy. But it is open to all for easy access. So how I can maintain my marketing strategies? It's a difficult part for me and competitive also.
Right. So, earlier what used to happen that in this neck-to-neck competition, it was never advisable to basically, if you are putting out your strategy out there, so your competitors can quickly follow it and they can use it for their benefit or their business. But with the social media or the IT thing, these platforms are bound by law, because these platforms are giving advertisers a lot of options that is not available in the traditional media, especially with respect to targeting of a particular group to show the ads. So like Nika Fashion must be showing the ad copies only to the females, and if it has some premium offerings, it can select their financial status as well. So they are bound by law to make certain things, certain things like they're targeting how much they're spending public. However, there are many things that are not shared on these platforms. Even Facebook ad library doesn't show it. I can show you what I'm talking about so you understand it better. Like the first thing that you wouldn't see in this report is the cost per result. So you can see here I'm getting 2.25 cost per like. Even if somebody copies my strategy, they won't know how much I'm spending. They would know my complete total spending, but they won't know how much I'm spending for a single result. Okay. Likewise, they'll see my creative, but they won't understand, and often competitors do it wrong, that they simply copy what their competitors are doing. But they'll never understand why I am using an image ad, or if I'm using a video, why I'm using a video ad. If I'm using a mix and match, I'm using a carousel of ads, why I'm using it. The text messaging that I'm giving in my text, why I'm giving that, because they don't have this information. And I have this information because I am running the ads for quite some time now. And I know myself what is working for me and what is not. Maybe the ad that I ran last month didn't work out that well because of certain discrepancies in the text or something that the audience was not able to connect. So they are not privy. They don't know this information, your competitors. They know a general overview that can help them to a certain extent. But this is just one cost per result that I've shown you. When you go into the reports and you have a lot of other things. You have the age. That report, the public report, will tell you what are the age groups or the target regions. But these reports will give you the precise reporting to you and you only. Nobody else can get these reports. They won't know. They will see that you're targeting on, you are showing your ad on Facebook. But on Facebook, where are you showing your ad? Are you showing it on your people's timeline? Are you showing it in their messenger? Are you showing it on desktop version or a mobile version? And likewise, there are many things they won't even know. So it's not like everything is public, but yeah, certain things they are bound to show, because that is the part of the law in India.
Okay. Yes, sir. Got it. Thank you so much, sir.
And if you are as an advertiser, if you're advertising in Europe, in the European region, you have to be more transparent. You have to be more open with the things, because GDPR regulations are very stringent there.
Okay.
So I have a question from Dr. Sumedha Nayak. Is there any Google ad library like Facebook? Yes. For every platform, there is a ad library, and for Google, it is you don't need a separate ad library. You can simply Google it with your computer name, and you can see what ads they are running. So it's that simple. So every platform is bound by the law and also it's why this law is enforced, because no person on the social media platform should have some exclusive edge over other competitors. So it is within that there is some competitive law also that's in force, which makes sure that certain things are public on the public platform. So coming back to the presentation, so the first, so we have covered all these things. Now, how to create a social media marketing strategy? Yeah, I have one more question, I guess. Dr. Suresh Abhyankar is asking, in most companies, we have something like eyes and ears report that tries to get maximum information on competitors. Yes. So we use these platforms, we use other strategies to extract more and more what our competitors are doing. So the first item that you do when you have to create a social media marketing strategy is you research your buyer personas and audience. Now, what is buyer persona? So buyer persona, it is very basic thing. It is very easy to define it, but it is very difficult to create buyer persona. So in buyer persona, think of a person who is your ideal, ideal customer. This is what buyer persona is. So if anyone of you can outline, like if you have to create a marketing or an ad strategy for your college, so what would be the buyer persona for you? Anyone? I would really like to hear that.
So 12th pass students.
Okay, HSC pass students,
Yes.
or aspirants. Okay. Can you narrow it down?
So those are looking for a specific course or the stream like commerce or science. So we can go through with that also.
Arts. Okay, this is good. Arts, commerce, and science. Okay, can you narrow it down more?
See, when we are going in for an profiling of a target, we need to look into the educational background, your age group, and what are your aspirations. So
Right.
when you look into the aspirations, are you looking in for a management course? Are you looking in for an engineering course? Are you looking in for a designing course? Kind of things. Once we look into this, again, you are urban or rural, and what is your economic background? Can you afford this particular kind of course? Because if you look into a particular person and your fees is 10 lakh rupees, those people may not be able to join your course. Even if you have selected that particular person, he doesn't have that financial background. So you need to, when we are looking in for a profile, you have to look into so many things.
Exactly. Actually, I was waiting to hear this answer. So I'm glad, Dr. Suresh Abhyankar, that you brought up this point. So this was exactly or precisely what I was looking to answer, to hear. So the other points that I've got in the chat box, they are precise. They are also the
Sorry, sir, to interrupt again. I have spent a lot of time in corporate into marketing, and then I have joined into education. I have spent a lot of time into education also. So my outlook differs from the academicians, because I have got more experience into the practicals.
Right.
And that too in a multinational. So
Great.
it makes a difference.
Right. Definitely. So, so based on what Dr. Suresh Abhankar said and the other answers that I've got in the chat box, so this is actually a combination of what your target persona will look like. Now, once you have the buyer persona, you will have to decide how you need to formulate your strategy. There's some work going on in the floor below. Are you people getting that noise in your also? So I can change my location.
No noise, sir.
It's fine. Okay.
Yes, it's fine.
So, when you have created this buyer persona, now the question will be whether you want to do a traditional advertising, go with a traditional advertising platform, or you want to have a social media marketing strategy or a digital strategy, I would say, as a general term. So when you do if you plan a traditional marketing or a traditional advertising thing for this admission that we just discussed, the problem will be you will be putting ads in the newspapers. You will be asking the PR companies to erect the billboards or big boards across the city. Okay, but you will never know if anybody is actually seeing those ads. Who are the people who are seeing those ads? They are not, if they are your target audience or not. You will be bound by that geographic location, because if you go for multiple cities, it would be very expensive. This is where the social media or the digital strategy comes in force, because then you will have a very good budget at a very low rate, and then you can target these people based on their buyer persona. You will be narrowing down the audience. But in the traditional media, you cannot do it. So basically, you have defined the audience based on their needs and the interest. So you have a financial background, their academic background, whether they can afford it or not, and etc. Okay. So when you have to formulate this buyer persona, so you have to think of people who are trying to reach you and why they are trying to reach you, because it's a pain point for them. It's a need or a requirement for them. So recently, say for example, if your college has started a new course in artificial intelligence, then who would be the intended audience? So the question that I just asked a minute ago, that would be the answer, because those are the parameters or those are the elements that you will think about before formulating this strategy, because that will help you create the buyer persona or the audience set. Once this is done, you will have to decide, this is my buyer persona, this is my ideal customer. Now, what kind of content should I create that will attract such people who can become my followers or customers, or basically customers by converting into a student? What kind of that content should be there in that place? So this is the point from where you need to get very creative, because if you're targeting students, and along with the students, you have to target the decision makers in their family also, that is their parents. So for them also, you need to have a separate strategy. Maybe you can create 2 different ad sets or the ad copies for targeting those people also. And once you have that in place, then you can think that, okay, this is my artificial intelligence course. This is not a simple BA or BCom course. So the background of such people or the background of such family should be different from the target audience of people who want to take admission in the regular courses. So this is how you formulate your buyer persona and to define your audience set. Yeah, so Dr. Nidhi Pandey says telemarketing is mostly sought. Yes. So even we engage in telemarketing, and telemarketing is definitely not a part of social media marketing or a digital strategy per se. But telemarketing, often gets, I would say, bit annoying for the users or target audience. And sometimes what happens, you lose business when you engage heavily into telemarketing. So it is always advisable to have a different strategy for telemarketing. So what we do in telemarketing, so Dr. Nidhi Pandey is saying that I am too annoying. So what we do in
no, sir, telemarketing is annoying.
Okay. Okay.
Not you, sir.
So what we do in telemarketing is that we adopt the concept of cold leads and warm leads. This is different from what we are going through in the social media marketing presentation. So this is an important thing. Let me explain this to you. Telemarketing, because there has to be clear demarcation there. Cold leads and warm leads. Okay.
Sir, how do they get the numbers? That is my first question, because we get lot of calls. And how do they get the numbers and they know that our child is studying in class 12th or 10th, sir? That's really annoying, and they call it the odd hours, sir.
Right. So I can explain it, but let me explain it the way. So basically what is happening that in the open market, our numbers and email IDs are being sold by multiple agencies. You visit, in fact, and the problem is that there is no law to stop them by doing this. And even if there is a law, it is not possible to track who is selling that information. So, say for example, you visit a shop, you visit a big showroom, they ask for your feedback. You visit a restaurant, they ask for your feedback. But in that feedback, they also ask for your email address or the phone number. The moment you give your phone number, you visit an automobile showroom, they ask for your phone number. So the moment you give your phone number, that phone number, they use it and they start circulating it in their groups as well. So it is always advisable, strongly advisable, not to give the phone number. So like I make sure that I never give my phone number. Still, I get a lot of telemarketing calls from people. So what happens? Even banks are into the business of selling your, account details or the phone numbers. So what many people like me, what we do is we carry multiple phone numbers, and we carry one phone number to manage our social media, one phone number to for our bank accounts and personal operations. So that's
So
how we
can we refuse? Because when we go to shops, sir, they say you have to tell your number. Can we refuse? Sir, big shops also say, no, for the bill generation, we need the numbers.
Yeah. So for the we can refuse, but it has become in their default nature, and they also say that we will not be sharing with you. But there is an option. There is an option to file a complaint with the legal authority, and that authority does state, like for the SMS, you have that option of do not disturb, the DND option to activate. But in this calling one, you can give a written complaint and to the relevant appellate authority, and they might take some action, but it is not very effective. So it is always advisable to be very careful. So coming back to the cold leads and warm leads regarding that telemarketing thing that came up. Cold leads are people who have never contacted us, who doesn't even know that our business exists, we exist, but we somehow get their information and we start calling them. So these people are the cold leads. And what happens in telemarketing, that most of the calls that we get as a cold lead, and that's why it is too annoying for us and becomes frustrating at some point. So that's really not advisable. If you want to go with the telemarketing strategy, always go with the warm leads. Why? First thing, these people know you. These people know what your background is, what your business is. They might not know you as an individual, but when they hear your business name, they'll immediately recognize you. First thing. Secondly, because they'll recognize you, they'll entertain you. And by entertaining means they'll at least respond or reply to your whatever you are saying. So, and then at that point, the warm leads get, the strategy of telemarketing through warm leads gets bit effective. So if you are getting leads through your website or social media platform, and they are seeking some information regarding admission in your college, they are warm leads. Now you can start contacting them. But you get a database of students or parents and you start calling them that we have this new course and blah, blah, blah. So there you don't even know whether they are seeking admission in your college, or they are seeking admission somewhere, or their ward is already in some college. So that will backfire. So we have to be very careful while dealing with telemarketing.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so Dr. Nixon has rightly pointed out, TRAI imposes heavy fine for bulk SMS issues. Yeah, so that is for the SMS. Dr. Sumedha also say we can give a wrong number, that I often do. Yeah. Okay. So this is the first strategy. Well, you have to create when you are up to creating the social media strategy. The second item is determine which social media platforms you have to market on. Okay. This is very important. In the beginning, we saw 8 to 9 social media platforms that offer various, things in terms of content, reach, the industry impact, etc. Something just because everybody is on Facebook, it's not necessary that we should be on Facebook and start advertising or marketing anything. Maybe our audience is not on Facebook. Maybe YouTube can work better for us. Like it has been seen, especially in the academic field, that instead of the Facebook advertising or the Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube has done wonders for the academicians at the individual as well as the college level. So this is, I would say, a general rule of thumb that if you want to position yourself as a widely known academician, you use YouTube, because there you can create videos that can directly solve the problem of people or students in general. So that's why it is very important to determine your target needs and where do they tend to spend most of their time. Okay. And as an advertiser, we should make sure that we don't end up wasting our time on a platform that is not getting results for us. That will really save us a lot of time. The third strategy is here that you have to establish the most important metrics and the KPIs, or the key performance indicators. Nowadays, everything is data driven. You don't have to work blindly. You don't have to shoot in the dark. Your social media strategy or digital strategy should be primarily driven by the data that you are working on, the data that you have. And because when you start with these digital marketing strategy, you may not have the data, but as the time passes, like 2 months down the line, you will have a lot of data, ample data, to do your research and understand what is working and what is not working for you. So these are the primary things that you need to understand. The reach. What is the reach of your ad copy? Is it being widely, is the platform able to target lots and lots of people based on your target attributes? How many clicks you are getting on your ad? This will show the engagement if there people are interested. The third is engagement in terms of if they are sharing your content, if they are commenting on it. If you're using hashtag, what is the hashtag performance? So there are different tools to measure these, and by default you get these reports in the ad console as well. You will not get in the organic sense. What is the difference between your organic and paid likes? How many people are actually following you organically, and how many people are getting impacted by the ads that you run and then they started following you? And last and the most important one, what is the sentiments of the people? This is the most important thing to capture. Unless you capture it, unless you understand it, you may end up doing ads again and again and again, and will end up having nothing as far as the business is concerned, or whatever the objective is. The next item here is you need to get to know your competition. So I have a question. Okay, so Dr. Suresh Abhankar says, if I can explain the hashtag performance better. So the hashtag is, let me show it to you. Hashtag, I'll type in the message group only, so it will, so maybe this is UGC HRDC. So this is today's hashtag, UGC HRDC. Okay. So what does this mean? That we are hosting an event. Yeah. So we are hosting an event. I'm telling it for everyone's understanding. So we are hosting an event, and that event has to have something peculiar that if somebody searches for it, so it will quickly come up. So what happens in Google search? You type the phrase, you key in the phrase, and that information will come up on your Google search page. But what happens in social media platform? You need to have the hashtags, because hashtags are searchable, and it becomes quite easy when you are doing the search. So it is always advisable to use hashtags, and you must have seen people using lots and lots of hashtags. You should have one hashtag first of all, and then when you have the hashtag, if you end up having multiple hashtags, that will confuse the social media's algorithm or the AI that is governing it. Having a single hashtag will make sure that you have a unique or a peculiar presence there. If somebody searches with the hashtag, so you'll quickly get that. Now, when you do the ads, what happens in the ads also, you have a separate report to tag the performance, track the performance of the hashtags. And you can see that how many people have actually searched for the hashtag first, how many people have interacted or clicked on the hashtag. Because when you click on the hashtag, any story or any content that is related to that hashtag, or those who have used the hashtag, all those stories come up. So that shows you basically what? that what is the interest of the people. You can gauge the interest of the people if they're interested in that particular topic. So use your hashtag as a topic. So, and you'll see in the reports that how many people are interested in that topic. So get to know your competition. I think I covered it in very detail earlier, that you can see that what they are up to, what ads they are running, what kind of engagement they are getting, what platform they are using, and what networks they are using, and what you need to do as far as all these parameters are concerned. So it will help you formulate a better strategy. Then the other important part is you have to create unique and engaging content. It is never advisable. It is never ever advisable to just copy the content of the competitors or other platform or other ad copies that they are using. Always make sure you have a content that stands out and that provides a reason for your followers to follow you, because you know your business better. You know the USP of your business. You know the unique things that are related to the business that cannot be copied from somewhere else. However, with the advent of the technology, I'm sure you must have heard this name ChatGPT that is creating rage nowadays. You can use that tool to create some auto content for your business or for your ads, but never copy the content from elsewhere. Always perform the market research, so you will know what your audience likes or what they dislike. This will help you create a better content that will get the required engagement. And look at what your competitors are sharing just for an inspiration sake, and take advantages of features offered by the platform you're using. So live videos on Facebook are very useful. Reels are useful. Your YouTube shorts are very useful. YouTube reels are very useful. Sorry, Instagram reels are very useful. So what happens as soon as you go live on Facebook, so everyone who is following you either on your profile or on your page, they get a notification on their profile that XYZ person has gone live. So what happens, without paying a penny, without paying a single rupee, you are notifying all your followers that you are live, and anyone who is interested in your page or your profile, they'll start watching the video. And if your video has a very engaging content, they will become your regular follower. So this is one of the organic ways that we often suggest to our clients to go live with the videos, because this will create a ripple effect in the long term. The other important thing here is that you need to organize the schedule for post. Now, why it is important? Over the period of time, we marketers and advertisers have understood that just posting the content on the platform at any given time is not useful. Earlier we were talking about, like 3 days ago we posted something, we got good traction, but yesterday we posted something, so we didn't get that kind of traction. It could be because of the quality of the content. The other reason is the timing when you post it, because you need to understand that not everybody is 24/7 online. So you need to understand, and these platforms also tell you that which is the most compatible or the optimal time for you to post, because these platforms know when your followers are online, whether you are posting on profile or page, irrespective of that. And you can use these tools like HubSpot, Sprout Social, and Hootsuite to basically schedule your post. And as a rule of thumb, what we say, we shouldn't post every time, except Twitter, because on Twitter you can post n number of times. There is no limit. There is no limit on any other platform as well. But as far as the engagement of the content is concerned, you should only post when you have the quality content to share, and there's a reason to post it. Because unless you have quality content, people will not engage with it. And with the quality content, you need to understand when most of your audience is online. I have a question, I think. Is there any opinion that will not allow you to define competitive? Yes, right. So as far as digital platforms are concerned, they are very particular about this. So what Dr. Suresh Abhinkar is asking, that is there an independent regulatory body that will help us stop, that will allow someone to stop the defaming the competitor? Basically, this is the summary of the question. So on TV commercials, it is fine. People take, swipe at each other. But as far as digital platforms are concerned, any digital platform, irrespective of whether you're using Google search or social media, they have very clearly laid out. First of all, we cannot use the name of the competitors in our ad copies. We can do it organically. Secondly, we cannot use any derogatory language, or we cannot defame them we cannot talk ill about them in any of our ad copies. If we do so, our ad copies will be rejected, and if we continue doing so again and again, our ad account will be suspended. So it is very, very clearly laid out. So if you're starting new with the social media strategy, what you can do is you can start with a fewer posts, and once you start getting the traction on such posts, maybe you can increase, but provided you are sure that your content is getting that level of engagement. So okay, so this is about the how to creating a social media strategy. Any question on this section? Or we can move ahead. Okay. So once you have the social media strategy in place and maybe your ads are running fine, the next step is gathering those leads. Okay, so I have used an image from some resource, and I've mentioned the the source of this image. So what after you get a lead? So this is basically a sales cycle that you have to, irrespective of in which business you are, what you are doing, whether you're running a corporate ad, whether you're running an academic ad, whether you're running an ad at an individual level, this is the sales cycle that you have to follow in any case. Okay, there could be like difference in the number of steps, but basically it is, first you have to gather the leads, then you have to contact the prospects, then you have to qualify your buyer, you have to present the product to the prospective buyer, you have to reassure the customer or answer any questions or any queries that they have in the later stage of the sales cycle. You close the sales and you generate the referrals. Okay, so this is the summary of the sales cycle, and now we'll take every step of the sales cycle one by one. Okay, so first of all is, you have to gather the leads. So when you have to gather the leads, how do you gather the leads? How do you encourage or motivate people to contact you on any of the platforms you are on? How do you encourage people to fill up the contact form on your website? Dr. Suresh, can you please elaborate it more? Our Spanco formula for B2B. I mean, is it a general comment or you are asking something?
No, it is a general formula used in most of the B2B
yeah, right.
kind of thing. Suspecting, prospecting.
Exactly. So you have to focus on the USP of your products and services, because once you know about the strength of your product and services, you can formulate or you can think of what kind of content you need to create. Second, and the very important part is, what problem or issue does it overcome or solve? Most of the, I won't say most of, but many of companies or many of the individuals, what they do it in the wrong manner is they end up stating the features of the product or service they are offering, which is not the correct way of marketing or advertising. The correct way is to understand what people are searching, what their needs or requirements are, and addressing those points via rechanging it to benefits your product or service has to offer. Only then your prospective buyer can relate to your product or service. Otherwise, they won't. They will end up just reading the features of your product or service, and they'll never able to relate it to their problem. So you need to have something in place that your prospective buyer can relate. So once you have you have created the USP, you have defined the USP and what problem it is going to solve. The third step is you need to identify your potential customers. Exactly, you have to narrow it down to that level, and then you have to market or advertise for the lead generation. Okay. An important thing here to understand is that it should be very easy for the prospective buyers to contact you. If you have a website, you should have a workable form. If you have added a chat box on your website, that somebody should be there to respond to or collect the information. If you are generating leads on a social media platform, make sure that those inquiries are coming into you. So before doing that, before launching anything, make sure you test it and you retest it to make sure that it is landing in your inbox. It shouldn't go in your junk box or the spam box, or you will end up generating the lead, but you will never know that you've generated the lead. And as a rule of thumb, we get back to the leads within 24 hours. In certain scenarios, in certain industries, especially legal and medical, it is advisable to get back to them within 30 minutes, 20 minutes, because that is something that's very time specific or time bound. So this is the first part, generating the leads. You have gathered the leads. So now you have to contact the prospects. So prospects are the people who basically you have, you have collected the leads, and in the next stage you call them prospects. Okay, the definition might differ a bit for other people in the organization, but basically we call them prospects, and you should know how to contact them. And the communication channel will depend on the kind of business you are in, whether it's an email or a phone. Again, it's the nature of the business that defines what kind of communication channel you are going to adopt. In the prospecting stage, make sure you never give the full sales pitch. No, it is just for you to establish contact, to set up a formal meeting for the next stage. That's it. That's in the prospect. So your prospect or the lead that you gathered in the first stage will know it's a sort of acknowledgement to that person that you have received their information, and you have acknowledged them that we have received the information and we offer so and so thing, and we will get back to you with more detail, more details in the next meeting, wherein we can set up the demo call, or maybe we can meet personally, again depending on the nature of the business. The third step after contacting the prospect is qualifying that person. Okay, now qualifying is what happens. Not all leads that you get in your inbox, not all inquiries that you get on your website or social media are your actual buyers. You need to qualify them. You need to understand what is the size of their business. Do they have that much of revenue? Do they have the infrastructure that is a sort of prerequisite for using your product or service, or it could be anything. So based on those parameters, you qualify them and they become marketing qualified leads. If they are not marketing qualified leads, that is MQLs, you simply discard them because they are not fit for your business. It could be the reason could be they don't have enough budget to avail your service or product. That is one of the reasons. Okay. The other thing that you do in this stage is you need to understand whether that person is a decision maker or not. So coming to your the college thing, the admissions in the college, a student is not a decision maker. That student can help his parents to be decide the college, but who is ultimately going to shell out the money? Who is going to pay the fee? It's the parents. So parents are the decision makers in that case. Okay. So if that's not the case, if the person who has contacted you in the MQL stage, you find that person is not a decision maker, you can politely ask for a senior person, manager, or parents in the case of academics. Okay. Then and when you contact them, you can also find out about their additional requirements and whether they are actually interested or they are just doing window shopping, or they are just understanding what's in the market or what companies have to offer. Now, in the fourth stage, what happens? You have done the basic MQLs and everything, and now the stage is set for you to present the product or service. So you have captured the lead, you have initiated the contact, and the lead is qualified. Now present your offering and be 100% prepared with it, because there will be a lot of questioning, a lot of because that person is going to invest the money, give you the money. So of course that person is going to have a lot of questions. So you should be 100% prepared, and you should not showcase yourself as as an immature there. And in this stage, you need to show your offering. How does it solve their problems? And if depending on if you are giving some certain product or service that requires certain kind of demonstration, you should be ready with the demo solution as well. And before entering all these things, you need to make sure that you know the strengths and weaknesses of your offering and strengths and weaknesses of your competitors. Because if you any of the domain, whether it's B2B or B2C, especially B2B, person or a company actually explores a lot of offerings and they compare it and then they make a final decision. So you need to be aware of your competitors, a thorough understanding of your competitors. Then the next stage would be the fourth stage and fifth stage can be a combined stage for many people. But when there is a longer sales cycle, say for example, I am into ERB business and we have a sales cycle ranging from 6 months to 1 year. So there will be a lot of stages during this phase. So we have to reassure the customer and overcome any objections, like what if they feel our pricing is too high? if our offering is right or not. Is our contract too narrow? It is biased towards us, and they feel that contract is not favorable to them, or have they seen a bad review related to our company or our working? So you have to make sure that you take care of such things. Like these are the very basic things. It could be, when you deep dive into the sales cycle, there could be other things as well that you need to address. Now everything is addressed. You have to close the sale. So it's a very simple step, because everything is already done. But there are still two things that you need to take care of. Uh, you know, every product has a different sales cycle. There are certain sales cycle that close within a week. There are certain things that close within a month, and there are certain things that take more than a year or so. So you have to be very patient. The person who your prospective buyer or the prospective client should not feel that you are trying to hurry up something somewhere. You have to be very patient. Be prepared with your proposal from the day one, and with all the logical explanations that will help you close the sales on that very day, on the final day. Now, once your sales is closed and the customer has started using your product or offering or the services, you have to make sure that customer is happy with your offering. Okay, because that happy customer will be your best advocate. And now is the stage wherein you have to generate the referrals. Okay, generating referrals means that, maybe in your college a student has taken admission, and that student is your advocate because he feels that the academics, the culture, the environment of the college is quite good. That person, that student, his parents may attract more admission to your college. So it is very important that your customer or student in that case has to be happy. But you have to wait for that. You cannot ask for these referrals on the very first day. You have to make sure that your customer or the buyer is completely satisfied. So this is an overview of the sales cycle. Any question on this before we move to the next? Okay, we'll have the case study then. Can we move it, or do you need a break of a minute or two?
Yes, sir. Please continue for the next one.
Okay.
Oh, no question.
Now I'll take up a couple of case studies to better, explain what we have discussed till now. So first case study is of that an education institute. So I work for this education institute, but I am bound by the non-disclosure agreement, so I cannot disclose the name. But I'll explain you what happened and how we overcome all the challenges. So it's a graduate college in Indore that has been serving students since many years, very renowned college. But they weren't seeing increase in the admission numbers, and in fact, what their people told us was they were seeing lesser interest of students or their parents as compared to the previous years. And the problem was there were many upcoming education institutes, and the older ones or the ones who were their competitors earlier, they had done a complete makeover of their college in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of the faculties, and the other parameters also. They were also investing in some ads to showcase how happening it is to be their college. They were showcasing the placements of their colleges, their infrastructure and everything. So they were getting competition from two sides. First, the existing colleges who were their competitors, who had done the makeover, and secondly, the new educational institute, the premium educational institutes that had come up in the city. So the college decided that they needed to find a better way to reach out to the potential applicants. So that was the background. The challenge was, of course, the high competition. That was the obvious one. And the other was the not targeting right audience. They were investing heavily into the traditional media, especially the newspaper ads and the radio ads. So that was so, because that was floating across the city, and that was going to every person, even anyone who was reading that newspaper, or anyone who was listening to that radio channel was actually listening to their ad, and that was not working. And there was lack of effective communication. When we took a deep dive into their problem, we saw the website was in a very shabby state. The contact forms were not working. The content was not properly loading on mobile devices, and there were other technical aspects to the website as well. Their social media was completely dead. Nothing was new was posted, the content was stale. They were not able to showcase their the strengths, and the college had really good infrastructure. They have really good infrastructure, and now they have improvised a lot there as well. And they were of course not running the ads because they were not aware of the social media ads or how impactful they could be. So and they were also doing this mass mailing. In emailing, they were basically getting it's similar to telemarketing. In telemarketing, you get the data and start calling people, and there they bought the email database from some company and they started emailing to those people. They were not even aware that the people who were in the mass emailing list were not people who were seeking admission for their children in the college, because we did a lot of profiling in that emailing list as well. And of course, they had no tool to focus on the age group, geo-targeting, etc., to basically create their target audience. So this is a list of the challenges they were facing. Now, what strategy came into place? So our marketing team, we launched two separate campaigns. One was for the parents and one for the students, because we knew decision maker are the parents and students have a different level of understanding. Students are on a different platform. They may be using different devices or multiple devices. They may be using tablets. They may be using mobile devices. Parents might be using desktop and tablets in certain cases. So we were quite aware of this. We categorized the audience based on their age, location, and online behavior. Age was very important. Online behavior was of course important, but location was done earlier. What was happening? They were using traditional ads to get, because traditional ads were quite expensive. So they were showing their ads only in Indore, their billboards and everything was coming up in Indore. But what we suggested them, that you are offering something that can be that any student from any part of the India can come here and to take admission in that. So why not increase the audience? What would be the ideal location? So what we did, we our marketing team or the research team found out the locations where there are a lot of students who are going for competitive exam preparations, where people have the capacity to pay because they were running quite premium courses, running into the starting admission fee was from 1 lakh rupees per month. So we did all kind of research and we came up with these three primary things to run our ads. We ran a social media campaign basically on Facebook and Instagram. We didn't use any other social media platform. And along with that, we also launched programmatic display ads, and I'll explain you the reason why. And programmatic display ads and paid research, and I'll also explain you why we did and what we did. And what we did was to these ads were launched to showcase the infrastructure, culture, history, placements, etc. of the college. So before we move ahead, I'll make you understand this programmatic display ads and paid search. So like in the first step, I told you that we created separate campaigns for parents and students. Parents don't spend their time on Facebook, Instagram. We knew it. They spend their time maybe on some news website. Most of the parents spend their time on the news website. We got that data from some research company. Now, when we came to know that parents are our primary decision makers and they are our primary target audience, we wanted to target them. And they spend most of the time on news sites. We launched programmatic display ads. So if you go to NDTV, Times of India, Indian Express, Hindustan Times, you can often see the display ads running at the top or the side or at the bottom of the page. They are the programmatic display ads. And there is a concept of remarketing. So once you visit that website, I visited Times of India and I clicked on the ad that was run by lovely professional university LPU. I will start seeing their ads again and again in other websites or the social media platforms. So basically their ad will start following me. So this is the concept of remarketing. So we use the concept of remarketing to follow the parents of such people who are seeking admission for their children. And we also launched the paid search, that any ad that you run on Google, I'll show you the example also. as of now, there is no ad on the Google search for this. So I searched for MBA in Indore. Okay. So here you are seeing the top ad, MBA-ROI.in, triple MBA specialization, top MBA colleges, executive MBA, NMINS.edu, online Manipal. So we launched similar ad copies for Google search also, along with the programmatic display ads. So anyone during the admission season, when they were searching for something on Google, because everybody goes on Google to search for some for the other thing. So they started seeing our ads and they saw that, oh, this college is in Indore. So this was the impact. People were even unaware of the new courses they had launched in their college. So this was the three-pronged strategy, basically, I would say, that we launched for this college. So we were running the social media campaign, we were running the programmatic display ads, and we were running the paid search ads, and along with the remarketing. And we also roped in 2 influencers. This role of influencers is very important nowadays. Basically, what influencers say, people listen to and adhere to, and they basically also execute it. So we roped in 2 influencers who did some Facebook videos, and we used those videos for the YouTube also, wherein they spoke about the college, the kind of placement it does, and the illustrious history it has. And those influencers were alumni of that college, and they were very highly placed. Now, what happened with all this marketing strategy in place, and especially with these 2 influencers on our side, we started getting lots and lots of inquiries. So this was the result. We saw exponential increase in website visits and social media reach. Basically, their website was dead when we started with the marketing campaign, but exponential increase. 184% increase in the leads in the form of queries that were dropping in through the website forms. And we also received interesting questions that helped made them few important changes, and we also made changes to overall strategy. The footfall to experience the infrastructure increased a lot. Earlier, it was practically zero because nobody was visiting the campus except during the admission season. So people will start coming to see that actually this sort of college or this infrastructure is being offered in Indore, and their existing faculties, their faculties and existing students became the brand ambassadors, and they feeling good about it, that people in their location, in their locality, they were asking about their college. So they were, of course, they were speaking good about it. So this created overall aura or the theme, a good theme over the around that college or the educational institute, and we got kind of successful response for that. Can you guys hear me? I got a message from Mr. Basanta that he's not able to hear me. Nisham, can you hear me?
Yes,
You're audible, sir.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Yes, there is no problem at our end, sir.
Okay, audible. Okay. So this was the kind of results. This is the success we saw there, and I mean this is the form of case study I have shown it to you. So key takeaways that I can say from our success story is, you need to have an eye-catchy website with effective SEO, a very nice SEO. It should be searchable. It should be, it should get top rankings or top position in Google search. Bing is not that important. Social media presence should not look stale. It should be active, lively with the images and the videos, so as to, because it speaks about the professionalism or the things you have to offer. Influencer marketing is very nice, and you don't have to go out anywhere. Just look at the database of your alumni and see who are in the top position, rope them in. They'll be happy to talk about it. People will be happy to listen to them. Make lots and lots of videos. Do live streaming, especially I always tell to this, to the faculty members, to the academicians, because you have lots and lots of wealth of knowledge, and the classroom is okay, but you need to position yourself also as an authority. So you need to do live streaming. You need to do lots and lots of videos. A topic could be anyone. It could be related to the subject that you are teaching, or anything that you feel you are very confident, 100% sure about it. Provide free learning material on the college website. This is very important. because it helps increase traffic to the website. And target the actual audience. Don't go for lots of traditional marketing. Go for the digital side. Any question in this case study from anyone?
What are the programmatic display ads, sir?
Yeah. So programmatic display ads, there is a, I'll show you the platform also. You can do it through Google Ads too. Google Ads. So you can go to this website ads.google.com and log in with your Gmail ID. You will be presented with lots of options. You can create the text ads, you can create video ads, you can create images ads, and the programmatic display ads also. That will basically what happens. These ad platforms have hundreds of thousands of ad inventories in their site inventories in their database, and you can see the ads running on these platforms. So let me show you if I see something on the site. You see here on the right side, it says advertisement. So this location is booked for the ad. And when you come 1 hour after, to this site, or maybe tomorrow, you'll see different ad here. Here on the left and the right, you are seeing this. This is again an ad. Okay, these ads keep on changing. So that's why these are known as programmatic ads. Again, you will find this again a new ad, Jack Daniels. Let me see if I refresh it with the ad changes, because usually they take some time to refresh. No, so there's maybe tomorrow when you come to this website, you will see some other ad. Likewise, every website, such news website, or there are many hundreds of websites that are enrolled into an ad program. These platforms use the digital space on their website or digital real estate to showcase their product. And these ads keep changing from time on. So this is known as programmatic ad. And if I start interacting with this ad, if I click on this ad and land on their website, and if they're using remarketing, so their website or their ad will start following me everywhere where I go to Times of India, I go to NDTV, I go to Indian Express, I'll see their ad. So this is remarketing. So Google Ads is one of the platforms. The other platform that you can use for programmatic ad is AdRoll. Yes. So the most of the ads that you're seeing online, other than the social media ads, all these platforms, most of these people are using AdRoll or Google search to show the ads to you. So this is programmatic ads, programmatic display ads. Right. Any other question?
No, sir. Thank you.
So moving to my next case study. Case study is this is very interesting, and I added it because this is related to academics. So I hope Dr. Vikas Devikirti. He is he's ex-IAS and India's very renowned IAS coach. He runs a Delhi-based IAS coaching center called Drishti IAS. He has over 10 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. That is really a big achievement, because people, you watch lots of videos on videos, but you don't subscribe to any channel. He has over 10 million subscribers, and all of them are young. He gets millions of views daily on his recorded lectures, and he talks about literature, science, philosophy, religion, geopolitics, and civil service examinations. He has a very unique oratory skill and a unique teaching style. Even I watch his videos lots of time because I'm not preparing for an IAS, but his videos are very interesting to watch. So the question is, why, when he's running an IAS coaching center, then why is he giving free online lectures? Because it is directly impacting his business. But that's not the case. He is using the social media platform YouTube to market and position himself free of cost. There is no cost involved. He's running no ad. So what he's working on a freemium model. What is a freemium model? You offer something for free for a certain period of time, and then when things go to a later stage or an advanced stage, you ask for a premium to access the further content. So that is not free, the latest stage. The first stage is free. That's the freemium model. So what happens that students enjoy lectures as if they are watching a movie. They enjoy it thoroughly. If you watch his video, you'll see what I'm saying. Okay. So he's using YouTube as a social media platform to showcase his immense knowledge, that he's very knowledgeable, and he is the right person for people, his coaching is the right place for people to go, and he'll be teaching those students. What has resulted into this? The result is that he's getting more leads and more conversions for his coaching center. So people who are preparing for the IAS examination, even if they are not enrolled into his coaching center, they know his name, just because he has become an authority. He has become an influencer in this domain. So this is how I see him as an academician using the YouTube social media platform. Now, coming to the tools, these are the tools that you can use. These are the very basic tools provided by the platform itself. Google Ads, as I told you, that you can use it to search, run search, display, and YouTube ads. The URL is ads.google.com. You can use Facebook Ads Manager. You can use Instagram ads. You can use Twitter ads, LinkedIn ads, and AdWords. These are the very basic things, or the primary things that most of the advertisers are using. There are other platforms also that you can use, and there are other tools also, the third-party tools that you can use to slice and dice the results and understand the data better. If you are interested in taking some social media courses and training, these are the things I strongly recommend. You can, enroll yourself into a free certificate program offered by HubSpot. This is a very good platform. If you are a new learner or a new entrant into the digital marketing arena, you should definitely do it. You should, I call it YouTube University. Basically, there's nothing like YouTube University. It's a YouTube channel. So you can do a search on YouTube. Any question, any query that you have related to social media or digital marketing, you can just key in, and lots of self-explanatory videos will come up that will explain and clear your query and will help you get a better vision of marketing, social media marketing or digital marketing. Then these are certain books written by the foreign authors that you can subscribe to. You can download on your Kindle, or you can order a hard copy. These can help you. I have a question from Dr. Nidhi Pandey. So does that mean that if we have good content, we don't need to advertise? Exactly. If you have the engaging content, if that content has the capacity, the ability to go viral, you don't need to spend a single penny on advertisement. And the most successful case study of doing such thing is by the owner of Tesla, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is world's richest person. He's running the most innovative company with the most innovative technology. And most of the people don't know that he has not spent a single dollar, a single penny in ads. He's a complete marketing wizard. He does everything organic. The complete success that he has achieved till date, everything marketing, no ads. So if you can go to that level, then definitely you don't have to spend anything. Now these are the
it will take time, sir. It can take time.
It can take time. It can take time, but again, if your content is something that is related to the condition, that the current condition, the current timing, because the timing is very important, and you can go viral. Like I think there was this guy from Madhya Pradesh who just was dancing in a marriage ceremony. He went viral like anything. So it was the timing and how people catch it. So that depends. But if you on a serious term,
but that was short-lived, sir. Once ago he danced like Govinda, and then he's out.
Yeah,
that was a short-lived fame.
But when you talk
like
about
Drishti, we have the content which is continuous, sir.
Exactly, ma'am. So when you have something on a serious note, when you have something that you can make sure that you can give a continuous flow of good content, and education sector is a sector wherein there is lots and lots of demands on hundreds of things. Scholars, people, researchers, they're always in the they're searching something, and you can use a free tool. Maybe I've not covered it here. I think I missed it, but you can use. You can use this tool to do the keyword research, and it tells you what people are searching for. Google Keyword Planner. It's a free tool. You need to just log into it. Okay, Google Keyword Planner, log into with your Gmail account. There are other tools also. You can search for like you can search for this topic, keyword research. Okay, and you'll get n number of tools. The WordStream, HubSpot, Google, Moz, n number of tools are there. you can simply key in your topic, and these tools will tell you what people are searching for. And if you feel that is relevant to something what you are doing, and you can provide a good content over there, you can create the content, you can create a video content, and it will go viral because hundreds and thousands of people are searching for it. Question from Dr. Sumita Nayak. Explain how the ad for the same product will be distributed on different social media. Okay. What are the employment opportunities? Okay. So the first part is, please explain how the ad for same product will be displayed differently on social media. Okay. So when you use these platforms to create the ad copies, there is an option. It asks you whether you want to showcase it on different devices or cross platform thing. As soon as you enable it, you can it will ask you for the dimensions. Like for Facebook, it could be a different dimension. For Instagram, it could be a different dimension. For YouTube, it could be a different dimension. The text limit could be different. So you have to key in all the details. And once you have set the dimensions for that particular platform, your ad will go to that platform only as per their dimension. So you can have the same ad in multiple ad formats and multiple dimensions across devices, across platforms. The second question is, what are the employment opportunities in social media marketing field? Okay, so there is an immense potential for so in the social media marketing field or the digital marketing field. I am in this field since last 12 years, when I started working as a digital marketing professional, there weren't many people who were aware of this, because the college from where I did my MBA, it was a 5 years integrated course in e-commerce. The college provided specialization in digital marketing, and at that time, no other college in India, I think there was just one in Mumbai, was providing specialization in digital marketing. And when I entered the field, I saw engineers, most of the engineers, BTech, they were working as a digital marketer because they thought this is something technical. No, there's not something technical. This is a combination. You have to be a technical manager in this case. And still, after 12 years, there's a big scarcity of resources for this field, because digital marketing is a very, very extensive field. You need to have experts in search engine optimization, experts in paid search, experts in social media marketing, expert in email marketing, expert in content marketing, experts in affiliate marketing. So there are different facets in which experts are required, but still, we don't have that much of workforce in here. And the pay, as per the salary is concerned, I won't say it is at par. It is much better than what most of the marketers or even engineers are earning, or the developers, maybe technical developers. So coming back to the presentation, this is the glossary of the term that I've used. So Generation X, so anyone born between 65 and 81. Gen Z, 95 to 2012. Millennials are the people who are 81 and 96 between they are born. Baby boomers, as I said, 46 to 64. Leads are the inquiries that we have received via website, social media, or etc. And conversion is any inquiry that converts into a customer after passing through the other sales cycle stages that I showed you. So that's all from my side. Thank you. Any questions?
Sir, if my students will prepare a video, so that video for my college, can I post it on the various social media site? The same video, like on Insta or Facebook?
Yeah, if it is related to college, then one thing that you need to keep in mind is that you need to have the required permission from the college authorities, because if anything that goes online will be the responsibility of the college, and it will decide. Basically, it's a PR thing. So you need to have just the required permissions, and it can go online on any platform. But yeah, from the technical standpoint, one thing that you need to make sure is that that video has to be in the required format, because the format of the video differs when you post it on YouTube, your Instagram, Facebook, or any other platform. So that you need to make sure that technical side is covered.
Exactly. . Your actually college case study re-energized me to think about my college. Thanks a lot for your case study and marketing strategy you share.
Thank you.
Sir, actually, I am also having a custody of my own as a registrar of a college. So within the 6 years, I was able to improve the students 10 times. So it was having 200 plus strength. On the 7th year, we had 2000 plus students. So actually, as you told, we followed one thing. I understood one thing in those days. Students are the best ambassadors. Then
Exactly.
demand-based decisions I have taken. So giving some free concession for the less wanted branches and encouraging the students to admit their siblings and free concession for that and so many other things. Another one thing for quoted that is I was experienced with a lovely professional university. So you quoted that they are running on digital marketing course in MBA specialization as well as the business analytics specialization they are having. So recently I inquired for a lateral admission for me. Okay, through Kapan. So the specialty of them is they respond. So you told so within 24 hours we have to respond. So good response I got from them. Okay, so that made me to so I made up my mind to get a degree from them because that kind of follow up they had. So in addition to the digital marketing, when the follow up is not there, we cannot achieve the target. That's my opinion. Thank you, sir. We enjoyed your lecture very much. Thank you.
And in fact, adding to your point, sir, this digital marketing is a very growing field and it is very important nowadays. It has become very important. You need to have the digital marketing team either inside of your organization or maybe outsource it. This is the reason why in premier institutes like IM, they have started a digital marketing course, 6-month, 1-year course, and the people are enrolling in it. And people who have spent like 20 years in the marketing field, they are enrolling in that course because digital marketing is something they need to understand to increase the sales for their organization. Without digital marketing, if somebody's doing their best to increase the sales, this is just not possible in today's scenario.
I got one particular question. Some of the education institutes, some students get annoyed because they have paid a lot of fees, but they don't get a job. And then they have taken this admission only because they are sure that they are going to be getting a good job. And they don't get the job, they start putting in bad comments on this particular kind of institute.
Right.
What is the answer to this? See, in consumer products, nobody is bothered to go back and gives your reviews unless it is troubling you a lot. But in this college, these people are youngsters and then they come out with any kind of bad comments on the institute. So how do we counter it?
Actually, this comes, Dr. Suresh, into the ambit of online reputation management, ORM. And this is something, this is very difficult or puzzling thing for us to manage because these platforms, they specifically state that any negative comment, positive, negative, no matter what they have mentioned, it cannot be removed in any case. What we can do at the best is approach the person who has given a negative comment and maybe try to solve their problem. What we do in the corporate world, I'm telling you, try to solve their problem, and on their negative comment, we get a positive feedback. This is what they tried. This is what we try. But even this is not 100% successful. So this is very, very difficult. In terms of colleges, I can only say that colleges should promise what they can deliver. Otherwise, you cannot stop. Even if college is providing something best, something best that no other college is doing. But if I hold some grudge against some person or some organization or some institution, I can post anything. Nobody can stop me. That's the problem with these review things. So that is hard to, I would say, answer for me also.
I would like to add on to this because we all teacher face this. Shailendra, I think we have experienced this long back also when we were having placement issues because of recession in the market also. So a student does it in social media. We can complain on Facebook, right? it is there, we can complain, and community standards, they can remove
If they
it.
have used some foul language or some
Yeah,
derogatory
yes,
terms,
yes.
it can definitely be removed. Yeah, that is
Section 46 is there in Cyber Law IT Act 2000 against social media. And if there is something fake news they post against us, then alt news, and there are similar channels, softwares which can be done. But one thing is their college, if there is negative comment posted, college authority must be sensitive enough to present a right specification on that, so that that comment should get diluted.
right.
If college is at fault, nobody can do anything. This is what I believe.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes what happens is that particular person is having some backlogs, and that's
Yes.
why he's not eligible to get a job.
Yes.
And then he keeps on saying that I have not got job and this college is
So,
not doing anything.
Sir, now you got an authority, you put all his backlog things on social media against his comment, that itself will prove that that person is playing with your reputation, the person is not genuine. This is what we should do.
Right.
Yes.
The major thing is the student might have developed some displeasure with some faculty or principal. Then after completing the course, out of desperate, so he may not, sometimes he is not getting a proper employment. He may complain all this, he may recall all those things and used to post it. So it's very common. So it may long service, I felt dead. Okay, but normally when for the outgoing students, we used to conduct some special sessions. So I used to tell them, you are always part and parcel of the college. So you have to promote this college. So you have developed yourself from this institution. So you have to be supportive all the time. If any issues, please discuss with us. And we used to conduct so many alumni meetings also. So there also we are getting very good response. So somewhere we have to run, because the education institutions are in trouble. So unless or otherwise we get the funds, we cannot run the show. So that's a major issue. So we do mistakes in advertisements also in that way. So I accept that. Okay. So So madam already told. So we have to advertise something which we can deliver only. Sometimes we knowingly or unknowingly we are deviating.
We should never overcome it. We should never overcome it.
See, recently, Shailen sir, I would like to share, in hospital administration, we have a 100% placement in IMS, and students are doing good, but they are never satisfied with the package. At entry level, nobody, at probation level, nobody will give high packages. So nobody is happy, but they all are placed, right? In family also, nobody is happy with anyone, 100%. We all have a appreciation level.
Sure,
so, right? So what is the problem? All students, no students is satisfied, I'm telling you, though they all are placed in our MBHA IMS, 100% placement is there. So something you have to accept it, that students are not going to be very happy, they are going to complain it in any case. This is what I have observed, right? Are you happy
Money
with
is
the package?
unsatiable need. Money is unsatiable need. You
Yes.
cannot satisfy
Yes.
the money need.
So I'm giving you a classical example from my institute only, 100% placement, but student always complained about packages. So
It's
that is
the common thing, madam. It's a common thing. And one experience what I want to share from my college, that one student, he posted on the Twitter that college fees is very high and they are charging unnecessarily kind of things were there. And when our management and I personally look after that part, so we came to know that this comment was influenced by a political party, and that students belong to that particular party, and this happened due to that also. So this type of cases also happen with the colleges.
Yeah, and there are other ways also. You should have some orientation with the student of not involving in these kind of practices, and there should be, I think, some kind of things undertaking should be taken legally. If they are found at fault, you can definitely complain. If it is done with a malicious intention, under IPC also you can complain, Indian Penal Code, and under Cyber IT Act 2000 also you can complain of misrepresentation and false information also. Under multiple section, you can take action against them. Is it right, Shailen sir?
Yes, yeah.
We do it, and you're heavily handling all kind of issues, and you're overburdened with that. I know. So I think sir has given his valuable time, and he has handled 48 questions. My God, it is a record in HRDC session till now. So
Yeah,
without thinking much
that's a
of
very
time,
good
yeah.
session by Dr. Shailendra.
Yes.
And actually, there is no more query to me. In fact, I would like to share something with the co-participants that whatever the issues and whatever the topics covered in this session, these are very much important as far as just leave the whatever the queries raised right now about the ill responses of the students and others. But at this era, when every agency is looking for the quality education, so we must follow these social media marketing techniques, because all the quality agencies who are governing higher education and all, though we are all belonging to academics, and that's why. So for NIRF ranking also, they are looking for the perceptions of the institutions, and this kind of things definitely helps the institutions or organizations to improve their grading. So I must congratulate Dr. Shailendra here for
Thank you, sir.
taking issues in this session. Thanks a lot. Thanks for nice.
Thank you. Again, Shailendra sir, you are a very valuable alumni to IMS DAVV.
I'm your student.
Yes. And you just come here for teaching and give your best. Though financially we are not that pleasant, but you are giving your time and energy. That really a big salute to your efforts. I think formal vote of thanks has been given by Dr. Mukul Bhonde. Sir, is that the formal vote of thanks from your side, or someone else is coming up?
If no one is there, I'm ready here.
No, somebody must have been assigned this duty. So
Yeah, hello,
no
ma'am.
issue, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay, Shrikant sir is there. Oh.
Shrikant sir,
Yes, hello, ma'am.
Please come up.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Yeah.
It's my duty to express my vote of thanks today.
Yes.
So I'm Dr. Shrikant Sutar, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Nauroji Wadia College, Pune. And I'm here to express the vote of thanks on behalf of HRDC Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, Indore. And it is really my fortune I am here. I'm very much thankful to Dr. Shailendra Sayal, Associate Vice President, eWork Plus App Private Limited, for guiding us about recent trends, challenges, and advantages of digital marketing in this era. The way he has presented his knowledge and experience is mind-blowing, fantastic, and very much motivating for us. Sir, thank you so much for sharing your views with us on this occasion, and definitely we will hope we will get more chance to interact with you. I would like to also express my gratitude to the Director HRDC Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya Indore for giving us a chance to participate in this beautiful short-term course. I am also thankful to all participants present over here for their active participation. Thank you so much for everyone.
Thank you, Shailendra sir. Now let us take a 1 hour break for your lunchtime. Thanks again, sir. Okay, thank you. We are leaving now. You can, yeah, we are leaving now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please log in sharp at 2 noon, everyone.